Hello. I haven't did this in a while. Forgot how to do it. Well, we had rain today, so it just stayed hot and humid. And I think the rain just stopped. It's like a quarter so to one. Um, it looks like everybody's been distracted by Trump's problems, his personal problems that maybe his criminal activities are catching up with him, um, because um, we never did see his taxes. Right after he got elected, we were supposed to see his taxes. We never seen his taxes. So um, one thing I have to say, Elizabeth Warren is talking about changing some of the laws, but the only way we could do that is if, sort of like Obama said, and which was a great. Of course, his speeches sound even greater after listening to Trump. So humiliating and embarrassing to have a person like Trump in the White House. And Pence, I think, like a lot of the other Republicans, you know, their ideas are closer to what Russia and China are trying to do to the United States than following the Constitution. Uh, uh, Trump has no idea. He always had failing business. Um, he's been used as a way to blackmail him. Here he is supposed to be, oh, he's a woman's man, but his tactics have been narcissistic, hateful, and very harmful. And you would think these men are supposed to be, all this powerful and have money and all this stuff, rich, that they wouldn't have to buy pussy. Um, that, you know, I mean, let's face it, his wife does look like a $3 bill, okay? Phony. Alright, for those that don't know. And so hoish looking. I mean, you could take the hoe off the track, okay? But you can't take the hoe out of her. I'm sorry. I call it as I don't care. Like a lot of people overlook the fact, oh well, she's white or whatever. There's plenty of white prostitution. I mean, look at Stormy Sanders. I mean, I'm not saying she's a prostitute, but I mean, come on, like if you're in the sex industry, if you don't sell it, you probably get killed. Because there's a lot of guys around here, like the stupid policeman next door. He just seems like a straight up junkie, like a lot of them. If he sees your titty nipples, it makes his dick hard, and he thinks you want to fuck him. So like, there's all type of twisted men. So I feel sorry for young teenager boys on the basketball court that might play with him or something. They take off their shirt, okay? Because but we don't really care about, that's his problem, you know what I'm saying? But women are trained from a very young age to think that's their problem and they have to please and satisfy every freaking man, and uh, like, oh, you gotta have a man, you gotta have a man, you gotta have a man. Good luck. I just like don't really want to date anybody in the area because of the culture here, the Jim Crow like culture, the the whooping their kids, which they call discipline. Uh, they continue as they get older, thinking that it's okay to put your hands on somebody if you have a misunderstanding. It's very common. A lot the church preached, hitting your kids as the as one of the 300 preachers from the Catholic Church was busy sodomizing your child or doing some type of rude and crude sex acts on them. So, But, they do need that male mentor. Yeah, no woman could raise no man. I always figured if I could birth them, okay? Please. And plus, usually, it's they're born with a penis or a vagina that they will grow into, being adult if they're lucky. Um, well, that's neither here or there. But so we got a president with that type of mentality. We have a Congress, that's run by Republican that has sort of it's a anti-American citizen type of attitude. They don't like the Muslim. First of all, we're supposed to have freedom of religion, and there's no way I could deal with a bunch of Christians. They're too perverted for me. And the Ten Commandments say, do not take, one of the Ten Commandments is, I'm a jealous God. Do not take any other, before me. And I'm superstitious. I can't pray to, like, Jesus, and I remember, the first time I heard, cause, I didn't grow up in the church, somebody was like, I knew a bunch of people named Jesus, and this girl was going on, Jesus say, I'm like, Jesus say, what, Gonzalez? Are you talking about, because there's Jesus Gonzalez, and I know Jesus Hernandez, something, anyway. And she's looking at me like, of course, like, I'm the stupidest in the world, and I'm looking at her like, really? And I see them doing evil things. Like, most of them think they can do whatever they want because they're going to be forgiven, they'll go give money, pay their tithes to the church, and everything's all good, try to preach or whatever. Maybe they got with him, go to bed with him, and everything's good, right? I don't understand them. They too double binding hypocrite for me. They say one thing and do another thing. Okay, in case you didn't know what that meant. So, and that's the type of president we have. He's such a hypocrite. I don't know if he's double binding, but somebody really twisted his mind up. He has no respect for women, And most of his mom, those women in Queens, most of them they came when they came over, most of them went right into prostitution if they wasn't married and had a husband, And that's, you can look it up. It's something that happened. So, and for black people around here think that I think I'm white. I lived in a neighborhood in Hell Kitchen where they had signs at one time that said no color. No Irish need to apply. So, where they had no colors here. So it was a little bit different, And of course, Kennedy came, John Kennedy came along and sort of, did the Irish, raised them up, and I think that's what Pence and the other Republicans, because I don't think Trump could care past his ass. And I think now, I don't think he really cares about his kids might go to jail. I think he's scared about it. He's going to go to jail in his old ass. Oh, blubber ass. Kentucky Fried Chicken ass. Look like he got diapers on his ass. Ugly ass. Trifling, roguish. Liking the Russians way too much ass. Anyway, let me stop. He likes to insult people. I'm like, please. You're an amateur. There's some people around here that their 6-year-old kid will curse y'all a lot better, and they got a good old Christian mom. They discipline this child by beating the fuck out of it. If that child was an adult, they'd press charges on their mama. And she'd be in jail for battery. A long ass time. But anyway, so it's just disgusting. I think so. I digress. What we need to do is hold elections, but I don't know how it's gonna work when we don't have anybody stopping the Russians from attacking us, at our election. As far as I'm concerned, we're at war. So if anybody's doing a treason act, it's not the person that's talking to the New York Times, it's actually Trump, because he's good friends with Putin. You know, Putin, he went to spy school, for God's sake. This man made his whole life by recording like everybody else of their friends do. And that's another thing I know is like people that, like had some type of abuse, physical abuse when they're growing up. And usually, to be like, I'm still 100% sure that Trump has syphilis, but he seems like he had the, abuse of getting, probably got disciplined by getting whooped, and some of their sexual abuse happened somewhere there. Maybe when he was in that all boys military thing, when he decided he's a ladies' man, and so all this like, oh, I'm, oh, now that I'm rich, I can afford high dollar prostitutes from Russia. You got HIV. I'm sorry. And I'm sure your wife is sick too. It's just that it's very rampant there, and it's just a fact. And so you know, and I'm sure Putin has tapes of him, because like everybody that's ever been to Russia that I've seen on the internet that was talking about being in Russia said there was cameras. Well, even this, like, somebody from, like, the CIA and another guy from the FBI and some other people, they all said that like, whatever, they film you while you're in the bathroom. They film you while you're here. Like, I wouldn't even, like, so, like, if you're doing anything, if you're getting with one of their prostitutes, you're doing anything, they got films of you, and that's how, Russia is a criminal state. You know what I'm saying? They, I don't, I don't think that the citizens in Russia are getting the type of and neither are we getting what they need to be a healthy, productive ass people. The same thing here. Like our schools here are failing. Like our school right over here, I was talking to somebody that graduated from the school. What in the world did I get on my pants? Anyway, they graduated from the schools over here, and she said mostly as long as you're quiet, teachers love for you to be real quiet here and sit there. She just copied shit and got an A all the way through. If you act any type of human emotion, like too boisterous, from maybe like from the cereal and the milk that you had for breakfast, it's just loaded with sugar. Most of the food they have is just loaded with sugar. The soft drinks and all this, so they're going to be a little bit more hyper, a little antsy. Some of it don't bother me. I don't care. As long if they over there and they bouncing off the wall, then they just bouncing off the wall. They'll get tired and take a nap a lot sooner. You know what I'm saying? It'll all be good. But they don't want the kids to move. That's why you had the kids with all high on Ritalin. Their parents over there getting high on Ritalin. Everybody was getting high on Ritalin. The kids looking like, while their brains are still developing, it really fucked them up. I think that most of them really twisted ones are in the 30s. That's in Ritalin. Anyway, so yeah, it's pretty embarrassing to be American. I mean, we look like we haven't done anything productive in our infrastructure since the 50s. I believe the government owns the train tracks, so they haven't did nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? Look at Japan. I mean, they have toilets that'll squirt water on your ass. Of course, they got that all over Europe. We don't have that here. We got obese people talking about they got to hire somebody to wipe their ass. And why don't we have a beignet? Is that what they call it? Not here. But we're way behind. They have the fast moving trains. Here everything, corporations, we can't have trains because we want everybody to fly. I don't want to fly. First of all, I hate flying. I hate turbulence. I hate being I just hate that. I just don't like the feeling of it. And then getting there, it's just so, like, disgusting that you have to go through all that bullshit, And if somebody like really wanted to take it down, fuck, they'll do it. Air to ground missiles, because I believe that's what happened. Like, well, we know that Russia blew down that one plane because it was filmed, and I think the first one they also shot down too. I don't think they were really. I don't know what their how their economy is supporting, the least of them. Just like here, our economy is not supporting the least of us, and so we have that DeBoss lady, what's her Betsy DeBoss, that she's over the education system, and what her brother owns like part of some private military group, and they're also part of like the privatization of the prisons, so they're behind her people are behind putting money in Trump's hands to help them get elected, and also behind them separating the children at the border, which is also a very disgusting thing. And these good old, and I'm sure a bunch of these, like, look, hey, South America got beautiful people down there. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to probably, some of the good old Pence Catholic, as Pence look like, Bunny Boy, whatever you call him. He look like he got a lot of sugar in his tank. He look like on the down low. He just simply looks like that. And you know, um, so they just got him to have sex with him, and then if those guards are that, yeah, no, you don't have to be a lawyer to be a policeman or be an ICE guy, but I think we should make them uphold the Constitution. They don't have to memorize it by heart, but they should hold up the Constitution and also the other laws that govern behind immigrants and refugees that the rest of the world abides by. Well, except for a few, everybody's having difficulties with it, but the way we're handling, or let them pass to go to Canada. Just open it up like Moses split the water. Just let them go if you don't want them. Let them go up to Canada. We don't have to stop them here and detain them here. If we don't want them here, you can let them move up more north. There's a lot of other ways to think besides the way the Republicans are thinking. They're just greedy, narcissistic gluttons that, thirsty dogs. Anyway, I don't even know what to call this. Look at my new glasses. I'm not that crazy about them. So, anyway, we got a disgusting... We got to go out and vote. That's what I was alluding to. We have to go out and vote. I don't know. There's got to be some patriotic American people that want to make some money off of fucking Russia. I say go at it. Anyway, it's 12 o'clock. It's officially Sunday, and the 9th, and I'm officially sleepy. Wow. I wonder if anybody, it's like, I almost feel like, I know this is wrong, but I had made some, I don't know how to pronounce it, tarzarini, cheese tarzarini, and some chicken. I so much want, a nice salad, but not really a salad, something weird, like I sort of want a Greek salad. I don't know how weird that is, but something different. Something I don't have. Anyway, so all I can say is that I think what they're going to do is they don't want Pence, because Pence is one of those unwittingly people that are going along with the propaganda that China and Russia is pumping out. China and Russia has been notorious for, like they work together like a mom. I don't know what Trump's talking about with his tariffs and fucking with China like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they have to do what China and Japan did and fix their schools first. You know what I'm saying? They made that their number one priority is to have smart kids. You know what I'm saying? And the food they feed their kids are a lot healthier than what we ate. But these corporations have to make money, so whatever. So give your kid a bowl cereal, give your dog a bowl of dog food, and hell, you got an easy morning. A bowl here and a bowl there. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Anyway, and don't forget the microwave. Anyway, I'm out of here. Happy September the 9th.